recovered enough to do this.
He did. Seated senton. And Mysterio starting to roll here. Crossbody.
Hey there,
lateral press.
champs. Welcome to PRO Wrestle Insider, your WWE update station. Hit that bell and let's step into the ring. The wrestling world is in mourning today with the passing of one of the most influential figures in Lucha Libre history, Rey Mysterio Sr. Known for his innovative style, tireless mentorship, and dedication to the craft, he shaped the careers of countless wrestlers and helped create a high-flying style that transformed professional wrestling across the globe. At 66, Rey Mysterio Sr., whose real name was Miguel Angel Lopez Diaz, leaves behind a legacy that spans decades, not just in Mexico, but internationally. His contributions were not limited to the moves in the ring, but extended to the philosophy, training, and artistry that made Lucha Libre an enduring and influential force in wrestling today. His death is not just a loss for a family or a community, it is the closing of a chapter that forever changed the wrestling world. The beginning of an iconic journey. Rey Mysterio Sr.'s story began in Tijuana, Mexico in the 1970s. From humble beginnings, he pursued a dream with unwavering determination, aiming to leave a mark on the world of professional wrestling. The Mexican wrestling scene already had a rich tradition, but Rey Sr. brought a unique approach that combined traditional Lucha Libre techniques with high-flying athleticism rarely seen before. He was not the biggest or strongest wrestler in the ring, nor did he have the connections that often determined opportunities in the industry. What he had was vision, talent, and an understanding of how to connect with audiences emotionally and physically. Every match he wrestled told a story, blending athleticism, psychology, and showmanship into something unforgettable. A mentor like no other. Perhaps Rey Mysterio. Sr.'s most well-known role was as the trainer and mentor of his nephew, Rey Mysterio Jr., but his influence extended far beyond family ties. Through years of rigorous training, Rey Sr. instilled discipline, technique, and a deep respect for the art of wrestling in countless students. He wasn't just teaching moves, he was teaching how to live, how to persevere, and how to inspire through performance. His training methods were revolutionary, focusing on the combination of physical agility, mental strategy, and emotional connection with the audience. Rey Mysterio Jr.'s success on the global stage and the countless high-flying wrestlers inspired by him are a direct reflection of Rey Sr.'s philosophy and dedication. The legacy of innovation. Rey Mysterio Sr. didn't simply pass on moves, he created an entirely new language of wrestling. He pioneered techniques that elevated Lucha Libre to global recognition and inspired generations of performers to experiment with high-flying maneuvers. Every Hurricane Rana, dive from the top rope, and innovative sequence can be traced back to his influence. His understanding of match psychology and storytelling was far ahead of its time, allowing every match to feel meaningful and authentic. While audiences often celebrated the performers in the spotlight, Rey Sr. was shaping the behind-the-scenes elements that made these moments possible, ensuring that the next generation of wrestlers could not just perform, but captivate. A family bond beyond wrestling. The relationship between Rey Mysterio Sr. and his nephew Rey Jr. was more than mentor and student. It was familial, almost parental. Rey Jr. often credited his uncle with saving his life, providing direction and purpose during his formative years. In an environment where young wrestlers faced physical, emotional, and social challenges, Rey Sr. offered guidance, stability, and inspiration. He pushed his nephew to his limits, ensuring he mastered the craft while also instilling resilience, humility, and determination. The countless hours spent in gyms and small arenas were more than practice. They were lessons in life, character, and legacy. Rey Mysterio Jr.'s achievements in WWE and beyond are inseparable from his uncle's vision, discipline, and unwavering belief in his potential. A life of dedication. Rey Mysterio. Sr.'s dedication extended well into his later years. Even while battling health challenges, he continued to train wrestlers and share his knowledge, ensuring that the art form he loved would flourish. This commitment speaks to his character, a man devoted to the next generation and the future of wrestling. He embodied a philosophy that wrestling was more than entertainment. It was an art form, a discipline, and a medium for cultural expression. His teaching emphasized technique, creativity, and emotional resonance, ensuring that his students not only mastered wrestling moves, but also understood the deeper impact of performance. Cultural and philosophical contributions. Rey Mysterio Sr.'s work reflected deep cultural and philosophical values. Lucha Libre was more than a sport for him. It was a medium to celebrate heritage, honor, and artistry. By incorporating storytelling, athleticism, and emotional depth, he connected performers and audiences in ways that transcended the ring. His vision elevated wrestling from mere spectacle to a meaningful cultural expression. This philosophical approach influenced generations of wrestlers who carry forward his principles, blending athleticism with respect, humility, and creative innovation. The richness of his contributions extends far beyond technical moves, touching hearts and inspiring performers worldwide. Recognition and legacy challenges. While the wrestling community has paid tribute to Rey Mysterio Sr. following his passing, his lack of formal recognition during his lifetime is a reminder of broader challenges within the industry. Many of his contributions remain undocumented, existing in memories, oral histories, and the skills of the wrestlers he trained. Unlike modern performers whose matches are widely recorded and archived, much of Rey Sr.'s influence is preserved in intangible ways. This highlights the responsibility of the wrestling community to honor pioneers, ensure their legacies are remembered, and provide the recognition they deserve, both to celebrate their work and educate future generations. A global impact. Rey Mysterio Sr.'s influence is evident in wrestling around the world. From Mexico to the United States, Japan, and Europe, his techniques and philosophy shaped a generation of high-flying performers. Wrestlers continue to study his methods, incorporating his approach into modern matches and storytelling. The universal appeal of his style, fast-paced, technical, and emotionally engaging, demonstrates the power of innovation and mentorship. Every time a wrestler executes a well-timed dive or a fluid aerial move, they are paying silent homage to Rey Mysterio Sr.'s contributions and the groundwork he laid decades ago. The personal and emotional loss. Beyond the technical and professional contributions, Rey Mysterio Sr.'s passing represents a profound personal loss. For Rey Mysterio Jr., his uncle was a guiding figure, a mentor, and a source of inspiration. For the wider wrestling community, he was a symbol of dedication, innovation, and the spirit of Lucha Libre. His death reminds us that behind every high-profile career is a network of individuals whose influence may not always be visible, but is no less critical. The emotional outpouring from fans, wrestlers, and promoters worldwide underscores the deep connections he fostered and the respect he earned through decades of hard work and mentorship. A legacy that will endure. Rey Mysterio Sr.'s legacy is immortal in the moves, the matches, and the careers he helped shape. Every time a high-flying sequence captivates an audience, his influence is present. His teachings, philosophies, and innovations live on in the next generation of wrestlers, including Rey Mysterio Jr. and his family. Though he is no longer with us, his contributions have ensured that Lucha Libre and professional wrestling continue to evolve, inspire, and thrill fans around the world. Rey Mysterio Sr. may have left the stage, but his spirit, creativity, and impact will remain an enduring part of wrestling history forever. Remembering Rey Mysterio Sr. As the wrestling world reflects on this loss, it is a moment to celebrate the life, achievements, and influence of Rey Mysterio Sr. He was a pioneer, a mentor, a visionary, and a beloved figure whose contributions helped define an era of professional wrestling. While the wrestling industry may not have always given him the recognition he deserved, his legacy is clear in the countless lives he touched, the careers he shaped, and the joy and inspiration he brought to fans across the globe. Rest in peace, Rey Mysterio Sr. Your legacy is eternal, your influence immeasurable, and your contributions to wrestling will never be forgotten.